There are so many things in life that ain't nobody ever taught me, right? There are things I had to pick up and I was like, yo, spiritual hygiene is language to the things that like maybe were caught but not taught. So the reason why your mom or your grandma had you cleaning up on the weekends in preparation for the new week. It's things that we already do, but bringing more awareness to it helps to amplify it a lot more. And so today I want to talk about spiritual hygiene. This is something I've been talking about for a long time because it's something that I really, really love to talk about because there's so many cool little ways that you can take care of yourself. And there's so many ways that you need to in order to maintain the things that you have, get more, the things that you want, and to keep the shit that you don't want away from you. And so that's what spiritual hygiene is about. Okay, so when I first bought my new car, my first car, right? I had no idea on how to take care of this car. I thought all you needed to do was put some fuel in it, aka food, right? Just feed the car, it'll drive you wherever you need to go, right? Boom, that's it. One time I'm driving and my car starts to slide because the wheels needed to be changed. I had no idea that or how to tell that, the tires needed changed. And so I think a lot of us are in this world where we are just pushing through and we're like getting the goals met. We're getting these things done. We're accomplishing things. And we're so focused on the destination of where we're trying to go that we're not thinking about, oh, how do I make sure that the car gets there? Is the car okay? Oh, I just went through a little bit of an accident. Does the car need a realignment? My car just got hit. Does it need anything? Is it okay? You know what I mean? And so I think spiritual wellness is about having spiritual hygiene. And I love this conversation so much, and so I'm so happy that this is something that we're all talking about. Thankfully for Miss Yayas Haus, she came out with a new book. I haven't read it yet, but I'm so excited to check it out because this is something that needs to be talked about in our like conversations with each other. Like, sis, how are you taking care of yourself? Bro, what is you doing over there? Like, are you taking care of yourself? You know what I'm trying to say? Okay. Spiritual hygiene is not about, to me, it's less about waiting for the accident. It's preparing for when things are going to come because they always come. Things are always on the way and things are always going to come. So that's what this is about. That's what it's about. And so I'm just so excited for this conversation that's like brewing, you know what I mean? And so today really isn't about, like, I don't plan on getting into a whole lot, you know what I mean? I just really, really, really wanted to kind of just touch on it a little bit. Like, what is it? Spiritual hygiene is maintaining the inner world, your internals, so that your external can reflect what you really want to see. It's about maintaining that inside. So what do I mean by internal world, right? Because these things can be so elusive, but it's like, okay, we have a prayer world, we have a meditation world, we have a place that we go right before we go to sleep. We have a thing that we do, like most of our life is lived inside of our unconscious mind, where we're inside of our own world, our own existence. We're not even thinking about what's happening really around us as much. And then we have a conscious experience where it's like we're making conscious decisions, conscious actions towards goals or towards things that we're trying to do. Be it today, I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to drive off to go to the gas station to fill up my car. Okay, great. But the internal conversations, the internal choices, the internal things that are happening inside are the things that a lot of times we ignore and we don't take care of and we don't really clean up. And so that's where spiritual hygiene comes in at. And so it's journaling, it's sweating, it's crying, it's dancing, it's all those things. And so it's worrying about the self so that you can be actually in community with other people. It's taking care of those things that nobody really knows about so that it's not, it's taking care of your car so that you can drive on the highway and your tire doesn't blow and you don't cause a huge car accident. It's making sure that your car don't break down in the middle of the street and then it causes someone else to hit somebody else and then collateral damage happens. You know what I mean? It's how, to me, it's self-love to the extreme power. It's self-care to the extreme power. And it's how you love on everyone else around you. It's how you maintain yourself, because life is going to life. Nothing's going to stop. Things do not stop happening. You, like, people that we admire the most, they go through the craziest things, and it's because life ain't never going to stop. I think when when fame gets added, or when responsibilities get added, or when like accolades get added, or these external things that we are looking for get added, relationships get added, it's even more important to maintain yourself so that you can show up in these places well, and you can show up to these places good and great and ready to be in relationship. You know what I mean? And I don't mean just romantic relationships, even though that's a part of it. You can't be inside of a romantic relationship and not clean up whatever trauma or craziness or beautiful things, digesting the beautiful things that you experienced in other relationships, romantic relationships. And that goes for everything. But it's not only about romantic relationships. And so this week I think, like, just thinking about, okay, what are some things internally that I need to kind of look at, think about, maybe ask for help about, for. We all have a spiritual friend, you know what I mean? And so it's a good week to, like, take internal inventory and think about, like, okay, what are some things that I need to clear up so that I can be in alignment with myself and with, like, the thing that the divine has for me. Like, because you matter. You matter so much to the people that love you. You matter so much to the people that you're going to impact. You matter so much to your ancestors. You matter so much to the great divine love that governs us all. You matter. And so taking pause to be able to, like, ooh, I'm not all right. To be able to look at your own internal dashboard and be like, the engine light is on. It's going off. It's saying, sis, you need to, like, take some inventory. You know what I mean? You need to check on that. It's the way that we don't cause more harm. You know what I mean? And I think that this is such a sensitive time. Like, 2026, we all experienced a lot. And so this is a great time to just breathe. Get a moment. Catch a moment. Make time to tend to that inner world. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just encouraging all my peoples to do that. We clean our house at the top of the year, but do we clean our internal bodies? Like, what is happening in our internal world that really needs more attention? Like, being someone who's, like, highly spiritual and very sensitive around people who maybe aren't as sensitive as me, there are times where I have to really just say, like, oh, that hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings. And digest that, maybe release that, maybe journal about that, maybe talk to myself about what that is and what happened. Maybe sit in a bath, you know what I'm trying to say? Maybe call somebody and vent. But it's so important that we take that internal inventory, because we're called to be in relationship with people, but if you don't take that internal inventory, it could actually be the thing that pushes everyone away, and you don't want that, A big chunk of, I'm gonna leave that alone for now. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like this is a really good time to get into our practices, our spiritual hygiene practices, so that we can be ready when it's time to be outside in the world. So we can be ready when it's time to meet new friends. We can be ready when it's time to start new projects and be in relationship with people. Oh, the light is not on. Yeah. So it's ready when it's time for us to shine our light. We can shine it, You know, there's a lot of people, like, humans are so beautiful and so important to the human experience, but to our own experiences. Everyone is all connected in their own way. Everyone has their role that they have to play. And your role is important. My role is important. And showing up to be able to do the role, to do the thing, is a part of what it means to be in this human body underneath the same sun. And so there's people that are going to be waiting for you to see you, to meet you, to be with you, even just to experience your energy, because that's what it is. You're a bottle of energy, and being in the world and sharing and commingling is what we all be like. We need that, you know what I mean? And so showing up ready to be that, showing up with the practices that can support you in doing that, this is a good time to lean into that. This is a good time to lean into that. So that's everything I think that I want to say today. Enjoy resting. My last video, I talked about rest. Winter rest is ritual, because we've all been through a lot of things last year. And taking a pause for a cause is spiritual wellness, is spiritual hygiene, and it is our responsibility. We are our responsibility. I am my responsibility before anyone else. And so, yeah, that's what I want to say. I talked a lot about this in my last video, but also this class that I taught last year that I created, which was really fun and really cool, called Spiritual Hygiene for Creatives, for Entrepreneurs, I think, and Leaders, and Visionaries. I believe that's what it was called. Because there's a certain responsibility that we have to making sure that we're ready to show up. And so, along with taking care of your physical body, I hope that you are taking care of your spiritual body. I wish you an amazing week. I wish you an amazing, amazing, amazing season and an amazing year. And yeah, Sundays at Yayas Haus, episode 2. I'll see y'all next week.